Hey there, Spawn fans, this is Wesatron. Today we're taking a look at McFarlane's Spawn the Bloodaxe and Thunderhoof action figure. This was from Spawn the Viking Age series, which was a really cool subline of the Spawn series where we had a whole bunch of characters who were dressed up like, Vikings and things like that. I think it was maybe an offshoot of the Dark Ages series. I've been waiting to find this guy for a very long time for a decent price, and I found one this weekend used at my local comic shop for 25 bucks. So for this set, for 25 bucks, I am ecstatic to finally have this figure. He looks great. You can see this is a really, really big figure. Thunderhoof is no tiny little mare. If we get little Star Wars Luke in here, we've got our 7-inch Windrix right here. I mean, it's a big, big figure. I mean, this is a 6-inch scale, big old horse, very, very cool. So let me go ahead and get Spawn off the horse, and we'll take a look at him a little closer up. Here's Spawn the Bloodaxe much closer up, and you can see that classic McFarlane detail, the way that they used to run these figures. Absolutely incredible. Just from the tiny bits of like iron work that's etched into the helmet, the striations on the bone, the little skull here, all of the armor has got amazing, amazing detail. Leather looks like leather, bone looks like bone, wood clearly looks like wood. This figure is just amazing. We've got fur parts for the loincloth and the shoulders, which helps hide the really innovative articulation they were doing at the time. Again, leather down on the pants, on the pant legs. Really, really nice work, just top to bottom. Spawn logo built into the knee pads there, the one giant boot, as people want to call it. We've got a peg hole on this side, but not on this side. This does plug into a port on the horse's stirrup, so that he can stay on pretty securely. He's got a little ball and chain here. Very, very nice. Yeah, they use more like the nail type look. I think this is a little more medieval accurate than it is in movies a lot. And we've got the nice wood here, leather wrappings. The shield, of course, I already showed, looks great. Back of the figure is pretty much what you expect. Just really, really looks nice. The detail work on the helmet is really a huge selling point for this figure. I really, really like that. So, as far as articulation goes, I did tell you that they were doing some cool stuff here, and I wasn't lying. For the time, this is a pretty old figure. I'm not exactly sure the date. I'll have to look it up, but this is at least 10 years old. But we've got Swivel in the head, Hinge in the head, looks very far down. Not bad up either. The helmet probably blocks a little bit of it. But a nice swivel hinge head. In the shoulders we have something very interesting, which I probably am not going to be... Well, I might be able to show you. See there? Yeah, there we go. We've got a swivel here, a hinge here, another hinge here, and a swivel here. So what that means is you not only get the arm to go out, but you have an additional piece to make it go up higher. So you can see the arm can actually pivot up and down like this. It also rotates on this axis, back, forward, and then rotates on this axis as well. Absolutely incredible. I haven't seen another figure do this type of articulation, and they were really smart that they could do it because of the shoulder pads being the way they are, covering up. That, like, all the characters had shoulder pads like this so that they had this great articulation. We've only got swivels in the elbows, which isn't the worst thing in the world. I mean, it could be worse, but they've got decent range of motion. Swivel in the wrists, of course. That's on both sides. We do have a swivel in the midsection, but it's on kind of a weird axis, like it doesn't go straight across. You can see his body like turns, which is cool for action poses because as you turn it down like this, it looks like he's winding up for an attack. But it is an odd choice. The real weird thing that I don't really understand is there's like a hinge in here somewhere, and it's very odd. Like, you can see where I'm holding his crotch right here, and I'm pushing down, and it's popping right back up. So it's like, I don't think there's a spring in there, but something's making it pop up. But sometimes when you just stand in there, he'll just fall forward on that hinge. So this one seems to be a little loose or something. I'm not really sure what the deal is with that. It's really, really weird. You have swivel hinge hips. I don't think there's another... Yeah, there's no other swivel in the waist or anything. We've got swivel hinge hips. They go forward pretty far, out to the side really far, and then back only a little bit because of the butt pack. No swivel up here, but we do have one mid-thigh. We get, full rotation there. We've got a 90-degree hinge there. And then on the left leg, we have a swivel in the one giant boot. And on the right leg, we have a swivel just above the ankle to go all the way around. It took me a minute to figure out that that was a swivel there because it's so well integrated into the sculpt. Then we have a hinge. It goes forward and back. Not a ton of range there, but not bad. And then a mid-foot pivot swivel. So all in all, pretty good, especially considering this was the time when McFarlane had already been making McStatues and stuff, and he was just getting into trying to figure out articulation. He did a really, really good job. See, there we go. Like, see, he just kind of hunches. Very odd. But they did a very, very good job with that. As far as Mr. Thunderhoof, or as I prefer, Miss Thunderhoof, just because I think it's funny. Again, incredible detail from top to bottom. We've got like dragon wing patterns here. You can see that they did a lot of like distressing to make it look like beat up iron or steel, not just, polished silver. Very, very cool. We've got a little brass here on the snout. Great, like, it just kind of looks like a dragon helm, like it's meant to scare someone. We've got like kind of almost a flame pattern, again in brass here. All of the cloth work looks really great. Got some nice patterns there. Lots of cracks and things to make this look like leather in the saddle. More armor. I mean, this thing is armored front to back. I mean, it's got armor everywhere. Big buckles here and everything. But the actual horse parts look very good themselves. I mean, you can see they did good muscle striations in here. Just the anatomy of the horse is very, very nice. We've even got like veins up in here. They did a really, really good job. And then on the bottom, this was one of my favorite parts. They horseshoes actually have the Spawn logo in them. It's like, that's just, I don't know, it's funny. Just a neat idea. On the front, we've got some kind of demon or dragon or something. But yeah, very, very cool on this figure. This figure just looks outstanding. As far as articulation goes, it's not as articulated as I would love to have it, but it's still pretty good. We've got a hinge in the head, so it can look only up about that far, but it can look down very far. You can see it doesn't look very good when it's down that far, but it's not bad. No other articulation here in the neck. I would have liked another point maybe right here, kind of similar to Battle Cat from Masters of the Universe Classics. We've got swivels in all the legs, so they go just forward and back. And then we've got hinges in the front two legs for the knees, and hinges in all of the legs for the ankles. So, and all of these are kind of, they're good to have there, but you can sort of tell once you start trying to move it around that this was only really designed to be in one pose. Oh, and by the way, he does have a swivel tail. He or she. Yeah, as far as the one pose, like, once you start moving the legs together, you'll notice they don't really line up just right, so you'll kind of have to figure out what the intended stock pose was going to be, and then sort of just get it as close as you can to that, just to make sure that it stays standing. So as I said, I paid about $25 for this set. For $25, it's a great deal. These figures were at least $10 by themselves at the time. Then you've got this huge accessory piece, Thunderhoof, which even if you didn't like it here, if you wanted to put your Angmar the Witch King on there, that would be freaking rad. It's just a really cool, big, medieval, scary horse. I really dig it. If you could find this, just because of the quality of the action figures, like the joints, it's kind of a little piece of action figure history in itself. They were really trying some new things, which they haven't really done as well since, in my opinion. So I would say you could probably pay as much as $35 or even $40 if you wanted to for a set this nice. Of course, in the box, I would think $40 would be a better price. Outside, loose, I think $25 is a great price if you can find it for something around that. But yeah, really, really great action figure set. Highly recommended if you can get your hands on it. Get Windrix back in here. You can see how big, I mean, this is a 6-inch scale Spawn, so he's supposed to be a big, big dude. Little Luke back in here. Oh, he's so cute. So that's it for this review. If you have any questions or comments about this figure set, please, toss me a little note down in the box below. If you'd like to see more reviews like this, subscribe. I'll be doing Game of Thrones reviews and things like that coming up shortly, so I'd love to have you guys on board. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.